Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Live Talk with Moises Beauchamp Jr. on YouTube. Hey, dig it. I'm coming on here really quick. He's saying that the feds are at Nancy Guthrie's house. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you to Tucson's channel. His actual name is 857 Tucson. He's on his way over there, and I'm gonna take you to his stream so we can see what's going on over there at Miss Nancy house. From what I understand, they're saying that the feds are there. Tucson, he's on his way over there now. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you, and we can see that, we could check it out together. They're saying the feds are at Miss Nancy house. They're saying the feds are at Miss Nancy house right now. Right now. Give me a second. Give me a second so I could take you to the stream. And here we go. Shout out to Tucson. 857 Tucson. He's out there live and direct in the trenches, holding it down for JLR as he made his way back home. Go ahead and subscribe to the stream and subscribe to
Savannah. Never realized that or thought about it like that.
To my man's channel, to Tucson, 857 Tucson. Let's listen.
Someone like her that you may have some sort of a fixation or obsession about. And maybe you can't get to her kids. You don't want to mess with people that young. Boy, and this mother happens to live in sort of a remote area with neighbors far away. And look how much she means to Savannah. And boy, I feel like I know her mother as well as I know Savannah from watching her on TV every day. Let me go pay a visit and let me go do something with this. I can't say I'm locking into this theory, but this didn't happen in a vacuum. There's been emails to Savannah over the years, maybe going as far back as when Mom, did the bedroom interview. So I can't imagine that this personal connection between this personality on the air and the fondness and the connection and the closeness she had to her mother weren't interrelated. I'm not blaming Savannah for anything here. She had every right to put her mother on the air. She loved her mother. Mother loved her daughter.
That's a good point as far as, I mean, that's just the sweetest thing. And to see that mother-daughter relationship, and Savannah's been so successful, you would never think that that would be putting yourself in danger. But if that is the case, if it's like a parasocial, it's something that maybe, celebrities, people have to think about. But it is just one of the theories of many theories. But
stay in the second or third lane from right.
Big thank you to Tucson. Shout out to you, my boy.
Who didn't have that relationship with their own mother, wanted something with Savannah, couldn't get to Savannah, or kids.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, for tuning in and joining. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I wonder how close are the sisters. I think they're, generally close.
They can play over and over again, and therefore with Savannah not being
but they don't live in the same city, so they can only be so close.
To me, it was one of the things
Savannah's
that was great
busy.
about the video in retrospect, not in the moment, was that it was
was a very small space between the, that her, what I assume is her side of it, and the wall. Like this intruder, if he came in there and actually did grab her from her bed, as Savannah said, he had to squeeze in there, and he would have been right on top of her. He would have been right over her. And how we heard she had pretty powerful hearing aids. It just doesn't seem like that would have been an issue at all. It seems
She
like
did have hearing
quarters,
aids.
Where he would have been able to get
Did
right.
you guys know
right
that?
up on her.
That she
and
had
sit
hearing
in
aids?
a rather small space and order her out. It's just so scary to think about, and not a lot of room to maneuver because she had quite a few furniture pieces in that one little corner of her bedroom. That's where we believe the crime took place, according to Savannah, and it's just eerie to see it up close and personal. Don't show your mom's bedroom on TV. I mean, this is something a lot of people would not have done it. I blame the Today Show. I've got to be honest, you guys. I've said this before, but there is pressure on you. I was there for just a year. There is pressure to show all of your intimate details. Your family, your children. They insisted. They really wanted my children on the air, and finally I relented, but I insisted that they blur all of their faces. Like we did a camping spot with my family, and I was the only one who had their children's faces blurred. I'm like, do not show anything that's identifying about my kids. But they're so desperate to show the audience, like, see, it's just one big
Thank
happy
you for
family.
becoming a
We need to
member.
love all of our anchors who are family, women, and men. And like, I knew with my kids that this would be endangering. I confess, even with my mom, who did wind up on my show at NBC, didn't even think about it, Fitz. Didn't even consider like your mom as a potential source of danger, because it, much in the way like, this is like a new invention. It's like a new way of thinking of how to hurt a public figure. It's one of the many downsides of this horrible case.
Thank you,
Yeah, and I just wanna go
Kimberly.
back to the bedroom scene. You can be the
I'm
toughest
gonna read that
MMA
super
fighter,
right now. I
Navy
think I'm gonna
SEAL,
stop.
trained
Thank you,
FBI,
Kimberly.
SWAT person, all those things. You're sound asleep in REM, rapid eye movement, and you open up and there's a masked man with that kind of look that we see on the video standing over top of you. You're gonna panic. And
This is
and
Megan
someone
Kelly
turn over,
premiere
and someone
episode we're
come over,
listening
somebody
right now.
get up and fight. But that person definitely has an advantage over you.
As we're driving out back to Nancy, supposedly FBI agents at our neighbors. We don't have that confirmed, but John DePietro did come out with it.
For her. But yeah, the whole family thing, I mean, I've interviewed stalkers, I've worked these type cases, and a lot of them had to do with on-air female personalities.
Thank you for
such
becoming a
as yourself.
member. I can't see who it is, but
Over the
thank
years,
you.
With NBC, I was in New York, and I had a direct pipeline to their director of security, and a number of others were getting threats all the time, and we had to go out and send leads to other parts of the country. And so it's one thing interpersonal, looking at the screen and seeing your object of obsession, but then they bring in mothers and perhaps children, and kudos to you for at least blurring out their faces on your particular segment that you talked about, Megan. But and it becomes all that more personal, and I just can't rule out that there's someone out there, because everything else doesn't make sense about this case. Obviously, it's not money oriented, etc. To have some sort of an obsession with Savannah, and then now be almost like you're part of her family, and the blood takes away from that, as if Nancy was injured.
Kimberly says, "Oh my God, did you see what Nanos did to his own running mate for sheriff? It's really sad. You would think there would be groups of people searching for NG right now, but there aren't." Exactly. Yes, I do. I covered that. I did cover that. You can type in Lappin, Lappin, and Sheriff Nanos, and you can read about what Sheriff Nanos did to the person that was running against him. Basically, he put a violation on her for something she did, so she was not allowed to campaign out in public for the last 2 months of the election. And then Nanos did end up winning by 480 votes. So imagine you're running against Nanos, and then she worked at the Pima County Jail. Heather Lappin, shout out Heather Lappin, great honorable sheriff Heather Lappin, she was working at the Pima County Jail, And what happened is Nanos put a violation on her for something that happened at the jail, and they made her take an unplanned vacation or face severe consequences. So she had to take an unplanned vacation, and she was not allowed to campaign for the last 2 months of her sheriff's bid election. Sheriff Nanos ended up winning by 480 votes. Thank you again for that super and the great point you're bringing up.
Already predisposed to aberrant behavior and plotting something like this. He may have seen this thing live, and I forget what you said. This
Mark's already running around.
Years ago. He may have seen this live, and the fantasies started then.
He chased Sheriff Lappin out of town.
Her mother too. Who knows? It could have been a knock at the door over the years. And
she doesn't even live in Tucson anymore. She had to take a job in a different city in Arizona. Imagine that.
Other family members, we don't know. Emails, but it's going to be there, and that's what investigators have to look for and search for in these videos.
You guys start tagging Mayor Romero in the X. Tucson Romero, find out where Romero stands on this whole situation.
Out of it, and even mention them as minimally as necessary.
Yeah.
Can I add something to this, Megan?
Please.
This, what Fitz just said.
We are back, heading back to Nancy's. Almost there, guys. About 8 minutes.
Why nothing was taken? There could have been something taken. There could have been something of Savannah's taken, which they wouldn't even have noticed. I'm sure she has her bedroom. Her old bedroom is still there, and she probably wouldn't notice initially if some school trophy from 7th grade was missing or something along those lines, because they were looking for her mom. It also answers the question of what were they doing in there for 41 minutes. He could have been upstairs trying to find trophies, ones that would really satiate his needs and desire.
Right. Well, and we don't know for sure if he was in there for 41 minutes, because we've never really totally understood how it was at 1:47 a.m. that the ring cameras went offline, and then at 2:12 a.m. that an image was detected. We think, but we don't know, that the video of the man on the porch was the 2:12 time frame.
So she's saying that we think that the video on the porch was at 2:12 a.m.
What happened between 1:47 and 2:12 with the man, we don't know if that's actually how this went down, but that would shorten the timeline that he was inside from 2:12 to 2:28. Still plenty of time to go rifling around in Savannah's childhood bedroom, and to mess with Nancy too. It's still a long time to get in there, and shouldn't have taken that long to get Nancy out, but one of the many mysteries in this case. We're talking about the sheriff. So he's changed his messaging again on whether there's a threat to the community.
I honestly think, I'll listen to this.
Seems to undermine that this is a stalker, that this is an NBC News stalker, or family member. Just to take you back through it, at the beginning of the investigation, the sheriff said this about whether there was a public safety threat. Stop 21.
With this being an active crime scene, is there any threat to the general public?
Trying to figure out my point.
Well, no, I don't think.
Misty Hayden's favorite person.
I hate to say that because.
Just kidding.
We're going to canvass that neighborhood, and maybe there's a prowler been seen around. There's a lot of work still to do. We don't have any indication that that the public is in danger.
You're not sure if it's targeted. Why do you believe there's no wider threat to the public?
Well, we have crime in Tucson all the time, right? Like any city.
In 1 mile, turn left onto East Camino Miraval.
Is there somebody out there who's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night every night? We've not heard that. We don't believe that's the case.
No threat to the public. Now, here he is in an interview with NBC News just this past Friday.
Contradicting himself.
Do you think that this suspect could strike again, whoever did this?
Well, absolutely. We believe we know why he did this, and we believe that it was targeted, but we're not 100% sure of that. And so it'd be silly to tell people, don't worry about
Contradicted
it.
himself again.
Don't think for a minute that because it happened to the Guthrie family, you're safe. No,
Maureen? Well, I think what he's trying to say is, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So if someone is predisposed to doing this type of crime, they may do it again. But the statistics, as he also said, don't support serial offender or people pulling 84-year-old ladies out of their bed. It just happens so rarely. I kind of just stopped listening.
Turn left onto East Camino Miraval.
He should have hired his PIO. His PIO should have been the person delivering a clear
We're in
and
the
concise
neighborhood,
message.
guys.
They should have been working with the FBI's PIO, and it should have just been
In half a mile, turn right onto North Camino Miraval.
Be patient with the
organized fashion.
service.
with no
Be
back and
patient
forth.
with the
It's
service.
pretty diametrically opposed. Say at the beginning there
We're
is no
checking to
public
see if the
safety
FBI
threat,
has
and then
come to the
now,
neighbors.
44 days in, to say, don't think for a minute that you're safe. Well, and then he also adds, Fitz, we believe we know why she was taken. It was targeted. So what is he trying to tell us here?
Well, he's covering his ass to be CYA, to be blunt there at the end with those other statements. He wants to make sure if anything by chance does happen, again, something similar, even in some other part of the country, that can somehow be linked to this. He doesn't want to be the one that they quote, at least his last quote, that, well, it could never happen anywhere. She was specifically targeted. This is not going to happen in Tucson or elsewhere. So I think he's obviously talked to other people and maybe
Turn right onto North Camino Miraval.
maybe gone a little bit overboard in the beginning. Obviously, it's been 44 days, and as far as we know, there have been no other abductions such as this one. But I think he just wanted to make sure he's.
Thank you, Sharon Robinson. Thank you, 857, for being boots on the ground. Thank you. We are turning in
Know
now.
why she was targeted is new.
Well, that's
Like,
yeah, I was just saying that's a little bit different, and that comes out.
If it cuts out, I'll be right back.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto North Camino Escalante.
Others that the investigator
Cuts out, it's a good time to get a drink, and I'll be right back.
Early on, at least, when they know why she was targeted, that means they have motivation listed. And if they think it was kidnapping earlier for profit, that seems to have been put, off the shelf there. So I would like to hear more about why the person was targeted, or why Mrs. Guthrie was targeted. But
Exactly.
keeping that close to the vest, obviously.
yeah, to your point, Maureen,
Why was she
take everything the sheriff
targeted?
says with a grain of salt. But if that's true, that's huge. That's actually a huge development.
It is huge, and it tells us just what Fitz just said, and we all know those investigators know so much more than we do, and they're on to something. They're on to something big.
Turn right onto North Camino Escalante.
Proving it. But if you look at the Corey Richards case, that took over a year and several months before she got arrested, before they were able to really build a case. And building a case is like building a case.
In 900 feet, the destination is on your right.
By link. And, you have to have a certain sense of confidence. And for him to say, no one's really safe, he may just be saying, hey, we're not
The stream will be right back in just a sec. He's in a bad area, and he lost connection for just a quick sec, but he will be right back. Just bear with us.
we know what the
Say yes, no.
The stream will be right back. Just bear with us for just a few minutes, like a minute. All right? Just give us a minute or two.
Oh man. Are we back? Oh man, that sucks. Every time I come, I can't wait to get the Starlink.
See?
Can't
Told
wait
you
to
so.
get the Starlink.
We're back.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go set the tripod, and then I'll be back. I want to go set the tripod up. Thank you, Mary. Are you
You know your tail lights out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time right now. Hopefully, I don't get thrown in jail.
They're pretty.
Huh?
The interaction with that clip with that video.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad you got here.
They're pretty easy to replace.
Oh yeah, Arizona Searcher and Righteous Monkey is here. You guys come and talk with the chat in a little bit. I know you don't want to be on, but I want to get.
Is it watching you or in front?
Yeah, it's in front.
Oh, what? Well, yeah.
Everybody go give Righteous Monkey a shout on his channel. If the mods could put up his link to his channel. He's got like 20,000 subscribers. Almost 20,000. Let's get him to 20,000.
Alex got me to 500.
Shout out Tucson though.
And yeah, hey,
So it's just Arizona Searcher.
Arizona Searcher on YouTube.
Shout out 857. Dude's a gentleman, man. 100%.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. And you're out here.
Getting it. We're getting it.
I'm gonna see if I can drop the my tripod off and then park, and then I'll meet you guys back here whenever you get back.
Yeah, it won't be very long.
Okay.
There's some stuff I'm looking around and I want to show you. Something else I want to like get.
We gotta find out because the FBI people are saying I need to go check up here because the FBI was here today,
Yeah.
possibly at a neighbor's. Did you hear about this?
Yes.
It's huge. You did? Can you guys show? No? Someone told me where it's at.
Yeah, pinpoint.
Well, we'll talk about. I'm gonna go up here. They said they were next door at the neighbors up here. No, they're still there.
There, because this
Helicopter.
one. Which one it is?
Shout out to the chat.
Everybody, yeah, pin up Righteous Monkey, Arizona Searcher in the chat. All right, I'm gonna park. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right, we'll see you soon.
I don't know why she won't say. That's interesting. Actually, I'm gonna go up here to Sue, next to Sue, next door. See. Here, so that's why I kind of just, but I want to show you guys that they're not. This people right here actually just installed a brand new security. They were the first ones to really get annoyed, that house, and they put up no trespassing signs. If it does buffer, put the buffering sign in, so I know real quick. That helps me. I'm gonna just stop right here. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna set the phone up, and then I'm gonna park. Are we still buffering? Once we stop, it'll be better. Are we back? Are we back? Yes, yes. Okay, I'm gonna park. I'm gonna get the phone out. No, we're not back. All right, we're back. So I'm just gonna get this out, throw it on the stand, and I will try to keep everything going without any interruptions. So here we are. I'm gonna park right now, guys. I'm gonna set up the tripod. I'm gonna get the chair. We'll be here. I'm gonna drive around in a minute. But the problem with driving around without out, we looks like we got 8. I'm gonna go get everything set up. Somebody said umbrella. I think JLR has the umbrella. I never got it back. right, guys, I'm gonna put you right here. I'm gonna go park the car. Be back in a couple minutes. We should be good to go with no interruptions. Thanks for your patience today. Are we buffering? Are we back? Just so I know when I leave. Are we buffering? We're back. Okay, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I missed the super. I'm gonna be right back right now. I have the phone in the shade. Be back in a minute.
Supposedly the feds supposed to be in the neighborhood, but doesn't look like it. So I don't know what the deal is. I'll sit around here for a little bit and see what's going on. If it ain't much popping off, then I'm gonna get into that. Therefore, we'll be getting up off of here if nothing is going to be happening. I apologize for that. Forgot to mute myself on the other end. just now realized that his stream is buffering. I don't know how long it's been buffering. My apologies. I'm out. I'm gone. If there's anything new going on, I'll come back with it a little later. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like nothing is popping off over there at Miss Nancy's house. They said the feds were there. I don't know how true that is. But once I find out, I promise to bring that back to you guys. Right? So with that said, my good peoples, this is your boy, Moises Beauchamp Jr. with Live Talk. Signing out. Poof.